We were at the old house cleaning up, and looky what I found. Man, there's still pieces, parts everywhere. Now if I can just find the trigger to my spray gun. Well, hello Glue Troopers, Max of Max's Models here. I hope you're having a wonderful day. So here's what we got. Got up this morning, had my coffee, and started working on my models, like you do, and finished off that Mobius 2001 A Space Odyssey Orion Clipper. And I did go ahead and put it in sort of what I consider to be futuristic Navy markings, assuming Navy in the sense of, traveling the ocean of stars kind of thing. And I used, of course, the decals that came with the kit on top of the tan over white paint scheme, but I also kind of made up my own decals with these sort of Captain America looking roundels. I decided, well, we're talking, 50, 100 years from now, realistically, and obviously it won't be 2001, but say 2061 or 71 or whatever. And, the services, we have Space Force now, so I thought I'd give them their own thing. And I had these Japanese Hinamarus that were about the right size and some little American markings. And there you go, red, white, and blue. But, let's face it, most of the science fiction guys or, comic book guys, they might say, hey, we need a new insignia for our new, Space Navy. And why not use something that's red, white, and blue and has sort of the Captain America thing going for it? I just thought it looked cool. I did put some subdued decals on it from an F-16 kit, but I was like, it just looked a little too, today. And, what the heck, have a little fun with it. So I got it up on the shelf. Later on, I added a little, like an E-lint pod to it just to give it some sort of, specialty military look. And I got to say, though, something did happen in the construction of this kit that was unexpected, and that was I left the acrylic and the enamel to harden overnight. The silver is enamel, and I had airbrushed on, admittedly, a little bit too much of a heavy coat of acrylic on top. And I don't know what happened, but it was still a little tacky, and it was easy to stick to your thumb. I made the mistake. I thought it was dry. I mean, it's acrylic. I gave it overnight, and sure enough, a good thumbprint that had to be taken care of. And it was still, I don't know if I want to use the word tacky, but getting the decals on was tricky. They had to lay them exactly right because even with a little solve set, they had trouble sliding around. And I'm not sure what happened with the acrylic there. Maybe I mixed it because it was in the spray gun and the stuff was still good. And I don't know. I'm not really sure what went on there. And even and of course, the enamel that I used on the tail spike was also, much to my surprise, still tacky after sitting all night. And these paints may be getting a little old, but they tend to dry out, not take longer to dry. So I'm not 100% sure what happened there, but I'm sure we've all had it, especially when you're dealing with some of the funnier colors like silver or chrome that they get on a little too thick and the air can't penetrate, and they create a little skin, so what's underneath never gases out like it should. And so I wound up using a Q-tip to remove some of that and clean it up a little bit. I mean, as tiny as a scale is, sitting on the shelf, it looks fine, so it's not a problem. But I was, danger using old paints, I guess. You don't realize sometimes when they get old, they lay on a little thick, and it can really be hard for them to harden. I don't think it was a reaction with the plastic, but it could have been. But, acrylics have a reaction to plastic. That would not bode well for the kit. But anywho, but it all went together, and it's a nice little kit, a little expensive, but, if you want the subject matter, Mobius did an okay job on it. A little cleanup, not bad. And the decals are very thorough. And, of course, you can make, what you want out of it. They do not give you the Pan Am logos, so you pretty much have to make it the way they did it, unless you can, find some kind of aftermarket decals. But I didn't really have any airline decals, and for a kit that small, we're going to try and make them. I don't think that it held up that well. So, anywho. Now, in big news, TARBIS 2 dropped at the dealership today. Went out to the TARBIS dealership and got a look at it. It's going to be delivered on Tuesday, so that's the plan. So once it's in place, we will, of course, then get the electrician in to wire it and get someone to do the interior and the floor. And then it'll be operational. So looking forward to that. We're waiting to move the last stuff out of the old TARBIS until we get that done. Still haven't found the trigger for my spray gun, my Patriot 105 Badger, so I'll probably wind up just ordering another one. I mean, they're like $8, but it just one of the little things that got away. And of course, 2 days after I get it in the mail, I'll find the original. But since I'm not really set up to start building and spraying yet, it doesn't matter. It's just more of one of those little, like a hair out of place, one of those little annoyances. But well, that's model building and moving for you. So, anywho's, that's where we're at right now. I hope everybody's doing well in this holiday season. I have to go to work tomorrow, so I'll be offline for 3 days, but I am planning to have the live stream Saturday night, 7 p.m., 2400 Zulu. Same bat time, same bat channel. You guys take care of yourselves. And as always, model on. It's a beautiful day in TARBIS land. Come on in, it's all so grand. Would you be a glue trooper? Okay guys, this little shed was already here. It's got a workstation. We call it the bridge because it has a red chair like in Star Trek and a workstation. But the TARBIS 2 is going to go under this old RV shed. That wall comes down and it'll be backed in here. It will sit this way with the door facing that way, and more or less centered, maybe backed up a little bit more this way if they can, but probably going to have to be in on center. And that's where it's going to be. This other shed is just for tools and equipment and stuff. It was also right here. So then we'll get the power hooked up and get the interior done, and we'll be ready to start operations. So welcome to the future of Max's Model Emporium. Guys, take care. We'll see you later. Model on. One thing I didn't mention was that the end of the shed will be about here, and that's the window to the office, TARBIS 1.5. Haha.